Hey guys, it's Janis. Welcome back to my channel. So today I just have a short video about making friends in university, and I realized that for most people this is probably like quite self-explanatory. It just comes naturally when you're in there, you're just gonna make friends. But I feel like for some people it is like kind of a growing process because you're thrust into a new environment or even a new country for the first time. And so even for me, I actually did have like a few months of adjusting, and so I hope this video is a comfort and a help to all of you guys who are starting out in university and might not have like really close friends at the start. I just want to tell you that it's normal and that it's not necessary that you have like a best friend immediately in 1 week of class. And so I'm just going to share my experiences of making friends, and I have 3 general things that I learned while I was in university studying last year. So I think the first thing to understand is that university is already very much part of the adult or grown-up life, and you're already not a kid and you're not in school anymore. So last year when I came to London, I was still 17 years old, and I think that even back in Hong Kong there's a great like culture of respecting your elders. And so back in Hong Kong, I wasn't very used to talking to grown-ups like peers. Mostly they would be people that I would get advice from or who would tell me what to do, and that's nice. But I feel like going to university, you have to abandon the mindset of, oh, I'm a kid and you're a grown-up and I always have to learn from you. Even though you're like 17 and you're technically still a child, people will start to treat you as like intellectually their peers, and they'll be interested in your life. So this was the thing I learned when going to church in London, because usually I would be in like the youth service and then like I would be with all the kids, and then coming to London I was suddenly with all the adults, and at first I wouldn't really talk to anyone because I felt like no one was my age and it wouldn't be interested in my life, and I wanted to meet some friends who were my age. But then when I actually started talking to other people and reaching out, you realize that you can be friends with someone who's 30 or 40 or 50, and like you really don't have to constrain your making friends to people who are just your own age. But after understanding all of that, right now like most of my friends from church are like fashion students or like they're working, and there's not any like law students or people who are exactly my age, but that's fine because you don't have to be friends with people who are exactly the same as you. I think that was the big blessing of university, which was that it really opened my mind to people who are from different stages of life. The second thing is that university is also very different from high school in that I feel like high school was very much like you had different like squads and cliques, so like different people would clump together and just be together for the entire school day. Whereas in university, you're moving around to a lot of different classes and you most probably won't just have one group of friends. And I think at the start of uni, I really wanted like a tight group of friends because I just felt like more comfortable and more secure if I had like the same group of people to be with me everywhere I went. But then I realized that's not vital in yourself having good friends, and also it's actually not that good because you'll be around the same people all the time and you're only going to learn from each other. Whereas I think university is really a time for you to just meet different people from different backgrounds and to learn from them. So my story about this point is a little bit stupid. So I remember like for the first few weeks of first term, I would try to have lunch or hang out with the same group of people every single day because I thought somehow time would equal friendship. And so even if I didn't feel that comfortable with that group of people, I would just go with them every single day for lunch because I just felt like, oh, someday I'll become friends with them if I just put enough time into it. And I realized that's not really true because sometimes people are just not close no matter how much time you put into it. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that, and rather than just sticking with the same group of people all the time, just be willing to step out and have lunch with different people and actually meet different friends. And the third thing I learned is that you really have to be intentional about making friends. I mean like being intentional about making time to spend time with your friends. Because unlike high school when you're stuck in the same room for like 8 hours per day, in uni you're moving around, and so you really have to like actually make plans with your friends in order to spend time with them. So some ways I did like try to make plans with people are like maybe making plans to study together, go for lunch together, and maybe if you go to church or if you go to some outside events that are outside of university, you can like meet up for lunch or dinner before or after the event. And I think this is especially like easy if you live in a different country. Like I live in London, and it's quite easy to ask for friends to go on day trips with you or go traveling because everyone wants to go traveling, and everyone does want to be able to share these experiences with new friends. And I mean just little stuff like even sitting together in class or like studying together, that stuff is a great way to bond and build friendships, and it's just a good thing as long as you're spending time with them. So whatever you do, I think it's important to not just stay in your room and to actually be with people a lot of the time. And so those are the 3 main things I learned while in university last year. And just to add, I feel like making friends in uni is important, but also you have to treasure your friends at home, because I feel like it's very easy to value the love of new friends more than you value the love of your family or your old friends, because you feel like those people are just obligated to love you. But it's so not true, because the love you receive from anyone is just as important. And so I think it's very important, even amongst all these new experiences, to just remember to spend time with your old friends and family as well. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if you have any video requests next, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!